What's up, YouTube? This is Russell from Russell's Reef coming to you with episode 29 of the Waterbox 70.3 build. In this episode, we celebrate the tank's 2-year anniversary. We're going to take a look at what I'm doing with the tank now as far as dosing and the maintenance regimen and just how things are going in general. So, let's take a look. So as you can see at this point in the tank, everything is pretty much well established and growing pretty good. I did begin to run into a problem with my acroporas about 3 months ago. They all started paling out, and it turned out it was just due to lack of nutrients in the system. So since then I've addressed that. I dose some nitrate and some phosphate, as well as amino acids, and it's made a huge difference. The colors are now, I'd say, pretty good. Nothing too crazy, but I would say everything's colored up nicely. So I'm happy with the color, and I'm also happy with the growth. So that was one thing I learned. For about a year there, I wasn't dosing anything. I was just doing water changes and just dosing calcium and alkalinity, no other supplements. But it turned out that was definitely not enough, and once your tank gets to a certain point, you either have to have a lot of fish, be feeding a lot, or in my case, I just have to dose some nitrate and phosphate to keep my system stable. Otherwise, it'll zero out pretty quick as far as nutrients in the system. In addition to the dosing, I also decided to take my skimmer offline. I did this mainly just because it was making a lot of noise and bothering me, and I didn't really want to get a new one. It was not really pulling out much. I had it skimming very dry, so I'd only have to empty the cup like every 3 weeks or something. But it just started making a bunch of noise. There's a bunch of chaetomorpha down there, so I think it clogs up the pump in there and makes a ton of noise, and it's really annoying. So I finally just decided to just stop it, unplug it, and take it offline for the last month. I haven't noticed anything bad for the most part. System still seems to be running just the same. Like I said, at this point, I think all the corals in my system suck up all the nutrients anyway, so I actually need all the nutrients I can get. The only thing that I am missing out not having a skimmer is the extra aeration, but I'm not sure how important that is really. So I'm going to continue to run without a skimmer, and then I'll let you guys know how it goes. Aside from the nutrient issues in the tank, the only other big issue that I'm having is I have a huge aiptasia outbreak. I haven't put any peppermint shrimps in there for a while. I did try some Bergia nudibranchs, but I'm pretty sure that my wrasses ate them almost immediately, so it was a pretty big waste of money. Moving forward, I think I'm gonna try some peppermint shrimps again. I pretty much always have success with peppermint shrimps. I don't know if it's just in San Diego they get the right kind or something, but I've used peppermint shrimps like over 10 times, and they have always worked. It's just sometimes they take a little longer. And I think people may think they don't work just because they're nocturnal and they eat them all at night. But for me, they've worked, I would say, pretty much 100% of the time that I've got them, as long as they don't die or get eaten. So I think in the next couple weeks, I'm probably going to try to buy maybe 2 peppermint shrimps and then see if I can get the aiptasia under control, because they're definitely literally everywhere in the system now. So it's just the point where it's about to start become like a real big issue. So hopefully I'll get the peppermint shrimps and they'll take care of that. And aside from that, there's really not much going on in the tank. Everything seems to be growing good. It's pretty much on cruise control, with the exception of I just have to keep an eye on my nutrient levels, my phosphate and my nitrate, and make sure that they're not reading 0. I did get an ICP test, and they were showing just about 0 for both nitrate and phosphate. So I might put the nitrate and phosphate on the auto doser and just make it automatic rather than dumping a little bit in each day, because I think that's kind of my main issue now, is just keeping nutrient levels high enough and keeping the acroporas from kind of not bleaching out but losing all their color and becoming more pastel. But aside from that, tank's doing good. Updates aren't as exciting as they used to be. There's not really much going on. It's just the same old. The tank just gets more crowded and the acroporas just get more bigger, but I'll try to continue to post maybe once every 2 months. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.